Welcome back to the Sports Edge Podcast. I'm your host and Commissioner Dan Stanzik. The Guru is off yet again, slacking. But joining me this week is reigning SEFFL champ, Tom the Ice Cat Hathaway. Tom, thanks for joining me. How are you tonight?
Dan, awesome to be here. It feels incredible to actually hear you say that live with you. I've appreciated it every week here so far, but it's been a long ride. So I'm glad I kind of got it. I'll fly it back here.
That's right. Nice new name change. That's very apropos too. But I've been asking everyone. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue when I say Hath, the reigning champ, or I just refer to you as a champ. No one seems to like it, Tom, but it's the truth. They can't take it from you. But we have to start in the obvious place. And that place, of course, is what the fuck was that text on Saturday? 2:55 p.m. Eastern from you to our group. Quote, at Ole Miss LSU game, what do I see, ... Please explain.
Well, just that. I happened to be at the SIP. My high school buddies and I, we started this a few years ago. We went to Houston for when Michigan won the Natty against Washington. And after that experience, we said, let's go do a game every year, but let's try to do it on the bye weeks and see some other cool top venues in a college ball. So last year we did Texas, Oklahoma at the Texas State Fair on Saturday, saw the Lions whip the Cowboys Sunday. And then this year we decided to do Ole Miss LSU. The Grove's been on my bucket list forever. And so to tee it up, you're going into the Grove. Every single tailgate is within inches of each other. People are stacked in there, but you got all the guy students who are doing a suit jacket, tie, slacks. All the girls are in gowns, heels, and pearls. And it was a red game, so everyone is wearing red. And on the Walk of Champs, all of a sudden, my buddy goes, Hath, check that out. And it's a guy in a red long sleeve Fairfield Stags Fear the Deer shirt, which blew my mind that could somehow be happening in Oxford, Mississippi, a Fairfield Stag guys there.
Did we approach these stags, or was it just you saw them at a distance?
Some at a distance. It was too far for me to actually catch up at that point because everybody was going into the stadium, but it was an awesome catch.
Love it. All right. Well, our long national mystery has been answered here. So what did you see? You saw some stag stuff in Oxford, Mississippi. I love it. Let's get to our week 4 recap, which I'm branding as a buy or sell this week to make it easier for you, Tom. I will tee up the matchup, tee up a buy or sell for you, and you lay the hammer down. The first matchup, we'll start with yours. We referenced this earlier, the McConkey off my back. Nice new name change for you. You slayed the final unbeaten, taking down the Thrill of the Chase, 109-104. And here's how much of a fraud Steve's team is. They're currently 8th in the league in scoring, Tom, just 8th. Somehow they're the only team that has yet to surrender 420 points. They've only given up a league low 374. So Steve, total fraud, 3rd fewest points scored, but nobody can score points against him. Super lucky for Steve. Somehow he's still 3-1. Thank you for beating him. In the offseason, you two made 2 big trades. Late July, you gave Steve CeeDee Lamb for Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyren Williams, a trade I thought that was pretty fair. Nicely done by you. A month later, you traded Marvin Harrison Jr. back to Steve for Chris Olave, the number 9 pick, the number 19 pick. With those picks, you took Caleb Johnson and Kyle Williams. In total, you gave up CeeDee Lamb for Kyren Williams, Chris Olave, Caleb Johnson, and Kyle Williams. You are winning these trades as of today, buy or sell.
I'm going to have to be a little bit biased and say buy here, but I'm going to give a caveat because I don't think it's with a lot of a mastery at all. In the original trade, for sure, I thought that was a fair trade, but one that I felt I had an upside on the trade itself in terms of what the value could be in total. But I had the weirdest thing happen when that trade took place, where I had immediate buyer's remorse. I never have that, and it dawned on me that my confidence in Marvin was just so low because of what I think of Kyler Murray. I understand Guru was a big fan of his. I was formerly as well, but the guy can't see over a line, never stays healthy throughout a season. So I wanted to get rid of that pick. And actually Steve reached out to me, starting to have some buyer's remorse as well. And that's when the opportunity to be able to give him back and maybe get a little bit more out of it came into play. I would like to say it would have been a better buy if I had gotten better value out of my rookies in that draft. Admittedly, the 2 guys I had circled for those picks were gone by the time it got to my pick. I was shocked that tight ends hadn't gone yet. So when I was trying to predict who would be off the board, I figured at least one, if not both tight ends would have been gone by the time they got to me. So I was expecting to get other guys I won't name, but Caleb Johnson's been the biggest bust of all. I'm completely disappointed in him. I figured he was a immediate tag and play for the now gone not Najee Harris. I really thought that in that regard he was going to be an easy plug and play, but between that and then Kyle Williams, who has gotten absolutely zero airtime, I'm going to say long term Steve wins this trade, but as of right now, just looking from Kyron Williams to CeeDee Lamb, I'm winning it right there alone.
Yeah, I mean, it helps your case right now as we evaluate it that CeeDee Lamb is injured. So I think you're definitely winning it. Chris Olave, pretty good season so far, but he, of course, is a major injury risk with all the concussion stuff from last season. We'll move
Yeah.
on to no, the second matchup from last week. Sale Seas ran up the score on Guru's Man Rockets just like they did in intramural softball, winning 161 to 116. Puka Nakua, the MVP of the league right now, 30 points for him. Josh Jacobs had about 30 points. And Omarion Hampton, who the Guru would like it noted that he predicted had a big day, scoring 25 points. But the stud move of the week, I don't know if we're going to make this a feature, Tom, but we got to give some love to our guy, Cass. The stud move of the week was inserting Romeo Dobbs in the flex. He caught 3 TDs Sunday night in Dallas. So kudos to the doc. We raise a glass of sangria to you, sir. And I think, Tom, we should probably spell this out for the rest of the league. I always make these references. I'm playing Kess this week as a sangria special, just like when you played Kess, it was a sangria special. Can you enlighten the audience what I mean by a sangria special? I think this happened at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, absolutely. So back in the day now when I was living in Hoboken, Kess was in the city for his residency. You would pop in for a little guys afternoon in, and so we would go to the West Village, kind of a somewhat equidistant meetup spot. Always went to the same spot, which I am sad to say is no longer there. It's actually
Disappointing.
yeah, but every time we went to this kind of Mexican bar restaurant hole in the wall, all we did was order the sangria special, and it would
Yeah.
just be getting toasted off of those for an entire afternoon and shooting the shit. And then one thing has also led to another. I think one of Kess's roommates also introduced the beauty of pine oils as well.
Oh, that's correct. Oh, yes, 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 yes. His buddy, I think it's buddy's Mark, who's a
Yeah, that's
doctor in
right,
Miami.
Mark.
Yeah, yeah. Let the record show that there is a picture of one of these events of the three of us drinking sangria at this venue that you mentioned, and you would not be able to guess that we have at least 7 kids amongst us, if not more, because we look very, very suspect in this picture, drinking sangria together on a Saturday afternoon in the West Village. But that is a sangria special. We raise a glass of sangria to you, Cass. Kudos playing Romeo Dobbs in the matchup. But in regards to his matchup beating the Guru lost Tyreek Hill for the season. I think it's the biggest injury of the year so far, just because of the way Eisner's roster looks. They definitely have the high upside, elite kind of guys to win it all, but depth, a huge issue for him, even more so now with Hill done and the bye weeks on the horizon. So I will put this to you, Tom. I have played my cards already. I will ask you, the Tyreek Hill injury is the most significant injury so far this season, buy or sell?
I'm gonna have to say bye here again. Granted, it's still early in the season, but in terms of the value of that player, not only to the Dolphins but to the Gurus roster, to be done and out this early at, I think he's 32 years old,
Yeah.
yeah, right. So his biggest skill set really comes down to his speed and athletic ability. Can he come back the same after this? At that point, you're almost hoping get them on the back half of a next year available. So Guru has a nice roster and certainly a very strong stable of running backs, but he's going to be looking in the discount bin, trying to find a replacement there.
Yeah, other injuries we can at least note. I mean, my team hasn't won a game this season. We just lost Malik Neighbors for the season. Not great for us. CeeDee Lamb, who I mentioned for Steve, is injured, but should come back in a couple of weeks. And you lost Joe Burrow, which I think it's probably for the season, at least for the fantasy
Yeah.
season. I guess there's still some sort of chance he can come back, but probably not for the fantasy season. So certainly a bunch of big injuries so far this season, but I think, and apparently you agree, that that will probably be the most significant. The third matchup, Hunter, I don't even know her, beat the Allen Bros 114 to 105, thanks in large part to George Pickens's outburst on Sunday night. Don't think he was too excited about the name change in this team. It used to be Slim Pickens. Now it's Hunter, I don't even know her, and George Pickens went off. Zan started two tight ends, got the win. So two tight ends or multiple tight ends in the starting lineup. Now 1-1 on the season. Ironically, he left his highest scoring tight end, Dallas Goedert, on the bench. So Zan's kudos to you. You kind of fell ass backwards into that one, but at least you got the win. Let me put this one to you, Tom, as we look at these two team names. If a player is in a team's name, like Travis Hunter, Hunter Henry are for Zans, Josh Allen, and Braylon Allen are for Pete, do you consider them off limits in trade talks, buy or sell? Or I guess I should say it better. They are off limits in trade talks as far as you're concerned, buy or sell.
Oof, that's a good question. Speaking at least for myself, if I were to do that, no. I think that you can get a better deal for that player than fuck your team name. Let's get a creative again and maximize that opportunity. But knowing Zans, I'm gonna guess it is off limits there for him.
Like, do you feel like they're making a statement like we're not trading this guy? Like it would take more to trade for that guy because their team, like Hoban's
Yeah,
team name is Bowers' Castle. I tried to get Bowers from him in the offseason. I feel like I was close, but he was like, You're asking me to change my team name." I feel like it's like an extra rung. Like you have to pay a little extra to get this player because that manager has named their team after him. So I wouldn't say necessarily, I would probably sell this one and say they're not off limits. That's probably a little too strong, but I do think there is a little extra cost needed to attain that player because they have clearly, they're clearly drawn to that player enough to change their team name in honor of them, if that makes
that's
sense.
that. Yeah, I think it absolutely does, and I do think it's a sell. But to your point, and that's actually a great example. I can definitely see Hoban there. They're saying it's going to be a little bit more juice if you want to pry it out of me and
Yeah.
change the name out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. We wanted to avoid this one at all costs, but we'll just go through it quickly. The Honey Bijan Badgers got enough from Garrett Wilson, J.K. Dobbins on Monday night. They beat the Stanziks 135 to 125. Walsh has two of the four top running backs in the league so far in James Cook and Bijan Robinson. Cook is first, Bijan is fourth. So this buy or sell for you, Tom, I will put it to you this way. That duo, Cook and Bijan, is the best same position duo in the league, buy or sell, meaning it's the best pair of running backs, pair of wide receivers, pair of tight ends in the league, buy or sell.
Got it. So I could also compare this to wide receivers as well.
Right, right. So you could say I sell it, and it's because this team has a better duo of wide receivers.
This is actually a really tough question. I want to give full credit to Walsh here. I think that that is a duo that can certainly challenge for that as a buy, but I'm going to go sell only because I think the upside for Steve with Chase and Lamb is so incredible. That's a hard one to pass up on. But I think in this case, Walsh just has a higher floor. It's just that Steve's ceiling is so high if those guys and their quarterbacks are healthy. So I'm going to go sell.
Yeah, I would sell it as well. I think Chase and Lamb, Lamb, of course, when healthy, is probably the winner here. I think on my team, Justin Jefferson and Leak Neighbors pretty close, probably
Very
third.
close.
And Jonathan Taylor and Bucky Irving, another pair of running backs to the Guru, pretty solid. It looks like Bucky Irving might be missing this week, but a good duo for the Guru. The last matchup to cover
Yeah.
from week four, with their 113 to 84 victory over Gives Me More, Bowers Castle has now won back-to-back games for the first time since 2023. Bowers
Oh,
Castle will make the playoffs this season, Tom. Buy or sell? And as I look this up, the last time they made the playoffs was in 2022. So they've missed the playoffs in each of the last two seasons, but they have now won back-to-back games for the first time since 2023.
I can go either way on this one, but the truth is, as I'm looking at his roster, I mean, I think that he's done a great job, honestly, upgrading it over the offseason through the draft and a free agency. I think it's much stronger than it was last year. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go sell here though because I'm not sure he's gonna have enough horsepower throughout his roster to make a run. Considering that if somehow Dan, you are still in the position you are with your roster, and you look at the point differential that separates first and 10th place, I got a feeling that Bowers will fade here over the long stretch. But he's if he doesn't make it this year, he will on next year. So I'll say sell for now.
Yeah, I would sell it as well. He does have a nice core, but I think he needs to
Yeah.
add around it. Like the Bowers Genti, both on the same team, actually, both Raiders, is a pretty good building or pieces to build around. But I would sell it as well. Last
Yeah.
week, in lieu of a themed segment, we did potpourri. This week, we're doing something similar. I'm just calling it a grab bag segment for you, Tom. Just random questions for you to answer as my guest this week in filling in for the guru. Question one. And this is something you wanted to talk about. If you could buy stock in any other team in the league other than your own, which team would you invest in?
Ooh. This one's tough for me because I think that there's a lot of great rosters out there, but the two that come to mind, and I'm not just saying this because of the host, but it would be either the Stanzics or the Sal All Stars from
Yeah.
Matt Kessler. I mean, I'm gonna probably go Matt Kessler only because I even shot him a text after the draft. I was just
Yeah.
frankly impressed, and I said
Very good
like you
draft.
you just won that draft, and you very quietly have been building a roster. He's not much for trading though. It seems like he's getting a little bit more comfortable in it. But if I were to guess, I think he's winning a championship at some point over the next couple of years here because I think that his roster is ascending and going to be in the playoffs for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I've been touting Kess's team on the podcast all season. But you just mentioned how you think he's going to win a title in the next few years. Tom, you're gonna have to talk him through it here. He is the only manager in the league that's not won a title, so the monkey is on his back. You're gonna have to give him some advice to how to deal with the stress of trying to win the elusive first title. So I do think his roster is loaded. But if you're playing like a stock market game. I would also pick him because I can't pick my own roster, but my roster at 0 and 4, you're getting it at a lower price. So I just want to factor that in here. I wasn't sure how you wanted to handle this in terms of how the question works. But
You
two
know
good
what?
options. I
That's
can't pick
actually a
my own
great
team,
point.
so but I'm just throwing that out there for you.
If I had thought of it as I should have in that vein, you're right. Like I couldn't buy any lower right now
Right,
in the stands there, so it does
right.
make sense. And frankly,
But we also didn't stipulate, are you buying for just this season? Are you buying for next season? Who knows? If it's just for this season, you probably don't want to buy the 0 and 4 team. So that's fair.
but the effect that you are somehow in last place and winless, even though you have one of the highest point totals
It's
in the
startling.
league,
I know.
it is insane. I
It's
mean,
not great.
I don't understand it.
It's not great. It's all right. Tom, you are a connoisseur of women, let's say. You love a good-looking lady, and who doesn't? You're up to date on pop culture and who is dating who. This athlete's dating this woman, this swimsuit model, et cetera, et cetera. So this question is just for you. Give us your top three wags, wives, and girlfriends of athletes of players currently rostered in our league. So that player has to be on a team, one of our teams, and you have to give us your top three. We're going to call this one, for lack of a better term, the Drew Aller special. Not sure if you guys saw that one, but give us the top three wags that you would like to see use the timer on their phone, if you know what I mean.
Dan, before I answer that, I just had a thought of like, what would you pay to get an afternoon in the rusty trombone in the
Oh,
bullpen, just really running through this off camera?
be amazing. It would be amazing.
All
Take
right,
me back.
so my top
You can
three,
go 3, 2, 1 here too. Let's build some suspense here, Tom. Number three, number two, number one.
yeah. So I'm gonna go number three. I'm gonna go girlfriend first. I'm gonna say Justin Herbert or maybe soon to be Jackson Dart's girlfriend, Madison Bear. I mean,
Oh,
uh,
wait, is Jackson Dart sneaking in on Justin Herbert's girl? Is that what's happening? This
yeah.
is the first time hearing of this.
So he was shooting a shot the day before that game in which
Oh,
he
I
posted a
think he was
photo
just
of
like trying to
Madison
mess.
Beer.
I think he was just
Yeah.
messing with Herbert because they were playing each other. I think it's very like officially she's dating Herbert.
Oh yeah, absolutely is. But
Okay.
in that vein, he apparently was also asked, and I did find a video of this while I was waiting in
See,
the
this is
airport
why
to
we
come
bring these
back.
questions to you, Tom. This is what I'm
Yeah,
talking
right.
about. Yeah.
For 12 hours that he was asked recently who his celebrity crush was, and he said it was her.
Oh,
So
I love it. I love it.
shots fired there. So
Good.
that's
Okay. So number
not
three, that's
number
good.
three
That's
for
good.
me.
Okay.
Number two, I'm gonna go Haley Steinfeld.
Wow.
Uh,
Josh Allen's wife.
You got it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go wife here because I've long thought that she was kind of the top one going, and I was stunned by the lack of respect he was getting on that.
Yeah. I've
Um,
always been very attracted to her. I think she's very, very attractive.
Agreed, and her
Yeah.
music is also sharp. Last one here, and I think people are gonna assume I'm gonna go with what they would expect is the obvious. I mean, I frankly also went and saw her in concert in Miami last fall as my wife won some lottery tickets to Taylor Swift. Incredible concert, but she will not be number
No.
one on this
No, no, no,
list.
no,
She
no.
is not. It is going to be Kristen Harper, the wife of my quarterback, number 16 of your programs, one of your hearts,
I was
Jared
wait.
Goff.
I was waiting for this one.
Come on,
I was very confident she was going to be at least in the top three, probably number one. Former, maybe current, I don't know, SI swimsuit model, Jared Goff's wife.
absolutely, that has to be
I
one.
watched
And
a little bit of the quarterback show
let's
on
just say,
Netflix,
yeah,
and she is the star.
absolutely.
Absolutely the star. Some that you missed, Tom.
Toss them
Um,
out there.
that not necessarily that they needed to be in your top three. Your girl Olivia Culpo,
I know.
married to
I
Christian
thought about
McCaffrey.
that. I thought about
You had your a team name after her. Cardi B, I guess, could have been used. Stephon Diggs is rostered.
that's true. It's true.
Cardi B. I'm trying to get. And you mentioned Taylor Swift. I don't know who else is out there. This is why we turn to you, though. That's a good top three. Well done by you, Tom.
I'm actually impressed that you pointed out. I left out a culpa. I'm a little bit embarrassed.
That's okay. No, your top three was she might be four. That's all right. I only asked for
Yeah,
three. She's not in the
absolutely.
medal stand right now. Okay. We move on though. Question number three in our grab bag segment. There are five league managers who have won more than half of the regular season games all time. Can you name them?
Man, okay. I actually think I probably could. Um, I'm going to go yourself, Allen, Eisner, and Zans.
That is four, and they're all
Yeah.
correct.
Here's where I'm getting nervous because I want to say the last one could be me because I had a pretty dominant run over the last few years, but I haven't been in the league as long. So,
Well, so no, it's just the question is simply have won more than 50% of their total games.
oh, sorry. To then that point, who am I forgetting here?
I think you're on the right track. The answer is
Yeah,
you,
I'm
Tom.
gonna be. Yeah,
It
yeah.
is you. Would you like to guess who has won the most percentage of their games?
Same a top five question or just overall one?
I will read you. So that is the top five. Those are the only five that have won more than 50% of their games that they have played. And now I'm asking you to rank them in terms of what percentage of the
Got it.
games have won the most.
Okay. In that one,
I will do a reverse order for you. I'll do five, four, three, two, one.
okay, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Eisner, Pete, Zans. Sorry, I need to be behind there. I'm gonna go me last, then Eisner, Pete, Zans you.
Okay, I think you got one of the five correct.
Oh,
The one you got correct is the right one to get right. Zanz is in fifth place. He's won 55.31% of his games. Eisner nipping at the heels or ahead of him, I guess, 55.75%. Pete in third with 55.91%. Tom, you are in second place, winning 58% of your games, and I am just ahead of you, winning 58.41% of my games. So there's your top five in terms of percentage. That does
let's
not include
go.
this season in my own four stars. So you very well are probably in first place right now.
Wow.
But I don't do that until the season's over. Question four in our grab bag. We got two more here, Tom. When is the last time you talked to former Sports Edge Fantasy Football League champ and the founder of your franchise, John the Bear Glancy?
Oh, that's a great question. Last time I saw him was in Florida a couple of years ago now, but I think the last time I talked to him, we had a text last season during the college football playoffs, and I was hoping he was all right after that Notre Dame lost in the finals. So we
Okay.
chatted for a little bit there, but it's
Okay.
been a while.
Okay. Shoot your boy a text, give him a call. Hoban and I saw him. He has a girlfriend that lives in Philadelphia. She is from Detroit. So he
What?
was for the one of I think the Notre Dame opener. He was at her family's house in Detroit. So
Get out.
he's making his way to Michigan here, Tom. So you're gonna have to hit him up, see what's going on. Hoban and I did see him this summer. He comes east, as he calls it, to Rhode Island for 2 weeks around the 4th of July every year. So we play golf with another former league member, Tim Burge. It's me and Glance against Hoban and Burge. Glance, let's just say that he was a little intoxicated for the majority of the time we saw him, almost to a troubling degree. So hit your boy up, see how he's doing, talk a little college football, talk a little Sports Edge Fantasy Football League. Question five that I did not send to you in advance. I'm gonna surprise you with this one. Question five is: did you read my book?
I have started your
Oh,
book.
you
I know.
guys.
I have started it, but I
Should
have
be a
not finished it.
prerequisite to get on this podcast. Should be a prerequisite. Got to finish. It's an
I
easy
was
book
I
to
was actually
read.
expecting this,
Okay,
but no, I was on me. It'll be done by Christmas. I promise you that.
there you
I'm
go.
gonna
I
be
like it.
going on a trip in November, and I'm bringing that output with me to make sure I finish it.
That's what I like to hear. All right, well, let's go to the week five preview. 5 games. I'll just ask you a random question associated with the games, and we'll get out of here after that. First game, Stanzix 0-4 against Sale Seas. We call that a Sangria Special, as you guys now know. Am I going to fall to 0-5?
No, I think
Oh,
this is where you make it happen. I just can't imagine going 0-5 with your roster. So I'm going to predict actually a Stanzik win here. Even though Kess will be falling to 2-3, I think that he's going to light it up from there on out. I
okay.
think that he's got a big year ahead.
I agree. I agree with the Kess part. I think he's going to win this week, though. Guru's Man Rockets against Hunter. I don't even know her. That's Eisner against Zanz. If one of them was to win the title this year, who would you most like to be the victor?
Oh, I would want Eisner to be the victor hands down. But
Wow.
that's
Okay, you don't want Zanz to get
mostly.
another title. Okay. All right.
Well, he and I have a pretty decent rivalry going here, but he's been kicking my ass every time I actually
It's
play
true.
him. So
It's true.
I actually did do a little bit of a analysis in between you, me, and Zans over the last 4 years. It has been neck and neck competing for it. So no, I
I
would be
like it.
happy if it was Eisner too. I create a little bit of spacing there.
I like it. Okay. Bowers Castle, that is Hoban against the McConkey off my back. That is you. We affectionately call that the hair bowl, as you guys used to chide each other about who has the best hair. So I'll ask you this time. Outside of you and Hoban, who has the best hair in the league?
Whoa, that's a question. All right. I would say probably Zans or Eisner have to be up
Wow.
there.
Okay. I think I'd go Pete Allen on that one.
Honestly, really it might be. I'm just trying to think of the only photo I can now think of Pete in my mind is that one Kess sent of the birthday party, and it looked a little bit shorter there. So now I'm
Okay.
missing him a little bit in my mind.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you didn't see that one coming. All right. Start thinking about that time. And maybe the next time we're on, we get a hair rankings out of you. Speaking of Pete Allen, the Allen Bros, they're 1-3. They take on Gibbsy Moore, 2-1, or 2-2. Both Yankee fans. The Yanks eked one out tonight. They season on the line tomorrow against the Red Sox, so the right to play my Blue Jays. Who's more likely to have the number one pick in next year's draft, Pete's team or Robbie's team? They're kind of bottom of the barrel with me right now.
Yeah, I honestly can't figure it out either though, because Pete's teams have usually been pretty competitive. I'm not sure what's not happened there between Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley. That's
I
probably as good
know.
of a 1-2
I
punch.
know. You can't do
Plus,
better than
plus,
that. I know.
plus he got uh,
Abuka.
Abuka, like
Yeah.
and actually he was who I was actually hoping I would get in this year's draft, and he's certainly been excellent. But no, I'm gonna say it's probably Robbie
I
who's
think
gonna
so
be
too.
first up.
Guru seems to like his team a lot. I just think it's barren in terms of depth, and
Exactly.
he could use some work there. Last matchup, it's the Honey Bijan Badgers against the Thrill of the Chase. That's two of your former roommates, Tom.
I know.
Walsh and Steve. Who is the better roommate?
That's a great question. Damn, you're asking a lot of good ones on the
These are
follow-up.
just off the top of my head here. I didn't prepare this.
I mean, in terms of just like your regular roommate etiquette, it's definitely Walsh. The guy's an absolute gentleman and a degenerate at the same time. But I think Steve, from like an entertainment standpoint, I mean, he's kind of hard to beat there. So I would put him as kind of a toss-up, to be honest.
There you go. Didn't answer. Smartly played, right down the middle. That's a politician answer, you Tom. I'm proud of you. That's gonna do it for us. Thank you for doing this. The Ice
Yeah,
Cat
absolutely.
coming through. Look at us. Who needs the guru? My goodness.
We're fine here.
The guru. He's skipping weeks left and right. But thank you, Tom, for hopping in. Good luck to everybody in week 5 as we go to week 5 here. I can't believe it. Hopefully I can get a win. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the season as well. Thank you, and we'll be back next week for more of the pod.